Today we're meeting with Bill Brady, a longtime city businessman who is running for Clarksburg City Council. Bill, what's your vision for the city?
Okay, my vision for the city of Clarksburg is to see it once again maintain its stature, its significance as a hub, a business hub, and a social hub for the area. Clarksburg is the county seat of Harrison County, and if we can take some type of strides to get ourselves to where we are more vibrant business-wise, where people think of us first, and that's what I want to see come back to Clarksburg.
You know, Bill, the city's done a great job of demolition in neighborhoods, and it's looked toward by many in the state as being progressive in its revitalization efforts. Do you agree with the city's current program and why? And if you don't agree, why?
Well, yes, John, I do agree, and I also think that we need to go farther. The areas that we have demolished and torn down, both in the downtown area itself and the neighborhoods, are definitely eyesores, rat infested, disease bearing, and all the things that you can think of to call them, and they needed to go. And I'm all for that, but we need to take a look at what can we do to make those areas profitable for the city, something that's, not just a vacant lot. Those are what we need to do toward those. That's the next step toward anything, is to how can we now turn it to where we're going to use those areas to our advantage.
Bill, the city's infrastructure is aging, and one thing that we've noticed in particular are some of the roadways, and we were wondering if you would be in favor of a user fee or a worker tax to increase the amount of paving that's been done.
My position on the infrastructure in Clarksburg is, and I've stated it many times to many different people, is I do think it's outdated. I think that the Route 50 expressway, as we called it in the 60s when it was first built, was built for cars. It wasn't built for any type of large traffic, especially access points on and off. We do have to improve those. Because of where we are geographically, I think if we take a look at some of those access points, at least one more, then we're going to have between where 50 connects with 19 in the Adamson area and Joy Street. We need to at least have one more on there that's going to be accessible for large traffic. We're halfway between Pittsburgh and Charleston. We're halfway between Morgantown and Weston, which are major east-west, north-south intersections. We need to use that, and the best way to use that is going to be with an updated infrastructure. Now, as far as user taxes, it depends on how it's implemented. I think if we're going to try to attract business into the area, whether it be some larger concerns or whatever, we don't want to throw an extra tax on their head that says they need to go away. I think we need to look at different alternatives, do something that's fair, because whatever steps we take, it needs to be something that makes sense for us economically to where we can grow. If we don't do that, we're fooling ourselves. It won't work. You have to have some common sense out.
Bill, the city scored some big wins of late. The Brownsfield redevelopment, the state office building, Highland Hospital. Are you pleased with the city's direction, and how would you improve it?
I think we've taken some good first steps. Highland Hospital needed to come in because we needed to do something with that structure that was abandoned, basically. I would like to see us go further with some type of development in that area, because I do think we need to have some type of a trauma center, at least somewhere within that boundary there for just to better serve the area. The closest hospital, if someone becomes majorly ill in the western end of the county, is to fight Route 50, which once again is about the infrastructure problem. But so we need. That's a good idea. I'm in favor of that. I was very much in favor of that. Very much in favor of Brownsfield development. We need to do that. The state office building, I see no problem bringing it into the downtown area. It could attract business into the downtown, and it should. But the only way we're going to take advantage of that is to use those points to our advantage as far as prospering business. And I think that we need to look at how can we bring other things in to complement them. For instance, if the state office building quits work at 5 o'clock, but our businesses all close at 5 o'clock. What's to prevent or for anyone from saying, well, gee, why shop in Clarksburg? There's no reason to shop in Clarksburg because there's nothing to buy. We need to take a look at different ways we can use those things here in our area to our advantage. Maybe we can send them to business owners. I don't know. But yeah, I think we're taking steps in the right direction. They're first steps, and they need to be seen as first steps. They aren't end alls.
You know, Bill, on June 4th, when residents go to vote, what makes you the right candidate for the city of Clarksburg?
I'm the right candidate for the city of Clarksburg because I was born and raised in Clarksburg. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital in 1951. I went to school here in the public school systems. My ex-wife and I raised our family here. I've been in business here for 28 years. I left the area for 3 years and couldn't stay away. I had to come back. I'd like to see, I love the area, I love Clarksburg, I'd like to see it grow. I'd like to see it end up to where we are attractive to people. There's so many things that we need to do and need to pay attention to. I can promise the city of Clarksburg and its constituents one thing: hard work. But what I intend on doing is coming in, taking a look at different avenues. What can we do to improve things that are going to attract businesses to the area to where they can meet their goals and their employees can live a happy, successful life here. That's going to take some work. And also I'd like to remind people that you can also vote early, starting the 22nd of May up through June 1st at the city building. Take advantage of that, get out and vote. The most important thing anybody can do in our democracy is cast a vote. Thank you.